Hey Underdogs, it's UDP Therapy here today, and we are talking about the diaphragm. Now, this is on my Facebook. It was posted November 26th, so I'm a little bit late to getting this onto the YouTube. However, if you would prefer to read this, you can find it on my Facebook if you scroll a little bit back. I have done more research about the diaphragm since making this post. So if you guys would like a continuation on the diaphragm, I can do so. Or if you don't want to wait for me to get around to that, go to Balance Beyond Movement Method. I believe I am saying the acronym right. And I apologize about my guinea pigs in the background. And they have a few posts on their blog about the diaphragm that were really interesting reads. Now, without further ado, let's get into what I have researched about the diaphragm. So this will be discussing what it is, how it works, and how it can be restricted and impede breathing. The diaphragm greatly aids in the respiratory system. It takes air in by contracting and flattening, moving down and out. Lungs are then allowed to expand. Then it takes air out, relaxing by moving upward, causing the thoracic cavity to grow small. The lungs then expel air. At the gallop, the entire respiratory system works like a piston, in, out, with each stride. It doesn't give them much time to take air in, so it is important a horse is well conditioned to help with their endurance as they breathe. The innervation nerve, the phrenic nerve, sends info to the diaphragm from the brain. Sensory nerves receive the information to properly communicate. Communication from the central nervous system is usually about the five senses: temperature and pain. Pain in the diaphragm is going to be the big one for today's discussion. If the horse feels restricted in the breathing, the brain will get that system and try to protect it through compensation. The diaphragm is the quality control of the breath, and any tension and stress will impede that rhythm. Many muscles also help move the rib cage, which is a crucial role in the rhythm. If the rib cage is hindered, breathing follows. There are many ways to harm the diaphragm, including saddle fit. If the saddle or girth does not fit, it constricts the thoracic vertebrae, which tightens around the diaphragm, causing a shortened breath. Muscle tension. When there is pain in the back, the brain sends a signal to the muscle to wrap tightly around the joints to protect it as a shield. It's good to protect the joint, however this causes muscle tension in the back, causing restriction through the back and vertebrae as well as pain, again creating a tight diaphragm. False frame or hollowed through the back. This causes intense tension through the whole body, especially the back. Any restriction in the back affects the diaphragm. They may appear relaxed. You may not even notice a difference in breath, however, the horse will. Anxiety or stress, if the horse is carrying themselves tense, it once again constricts the rib cage. It will also send the brain into a panic to figure out why the horse is anxious and cause the muscles to tighten in an attempt to protect. Out of shape. If the horse is not properly conditioned for performance, you cannot expect them to be able to properly take in oxygen. Nutritional. Not enough red blood cells hinders oxygen intake. Increasing red blood cells improves oxygen delivery. You can do this with controlled iron, copper, and vitamin B. Too much of this can cause blood clots, so emphasis on controlled. Freedom of movement, a solid routine, and correct posture creates quality of breath. If you want a horse that can breathe with ease, watch their nutrition, keep up with bodywork, ensure your saddle fits, keep the horse as relaxed as possible, correct self-care to make sure the horse is using themselves the right way, proper exercise and endurance built up, and proper turnout. How do you do this? Check ingredients in your feed and supplements to ensure they are getting enough vitamins and minerals. Work with a massage therapist or similar to ensure there is no tension through the body. Work with a saddle fitter to ensure the saddle and girth are not restricting the rib cage. Have a solid routine, daily turnout with other horses. Being stalled for majority of the day and unable to make contact with other horses besides through the bars of a stall creates anxiety and depression in horses, even if it does not appear as such, and they quote-unquote seem happy. Reminder: forward ears does not mean happy, and they may appear to breathe fine on the outside. They are herd animals created to move freely for majority of the day. And ensure your horse is not getting stressed from training. Daily training also ensures they are moving throughout the day to stay properly conditioned and prevent stocking up. Work with the trainer to ensure your horse is using their body correctly. Some exercises that may help include cavalettes, lateral work, stretching, hill work, working through water. Work your horse into a sweat. True rides are an hour long with long trotting filled between. Ensure your work is productive to build muscle. Running the pattern for an hour builds the wrong kind of endurance. Cavalettes, lateral work, hill work, long trotting, things like this are beneficial. This information is great for all horses, whether they appear to breathe incorrectly or not. These tips create a more fluid, happy, healthy horse. The last thing we want is for our horses to be in pain. However, this does not replace medications for bleeders and horses with other issues like heaves. I think these tips can greatly benefit these horses as well, but should not be in replacement of medication without first consulting with your vet. And yes, this is a lot of basic information about the diaphragm. I hope this helps you guys. I do also want to point out that it is important to correctly use the again, with teaching a horse to use themselves correctly, and not restricting the back. Thoracic sling exercises like lateral work, hill work, things like that, to make sure that they are correctly using and engaging that thoracic sling can greatly help the diaphragm, as the diaphragm is very connected to the thoracic sling in many ways, just like everything in the body is connected. So yeah, if you need more information, I can get you guys some more sources. I can work on answering any questions I can. Please let me know. And that is a basis of the diaphragm. I will see you guys.